So I was feeling super burnt out this week because it was really long and busy, and so when my friends Elliot and Nick came to LA to visit, I knew that we had to take a trip down to the beach to blow off some steam. So I hope you guys enjoy this footage, and we're gonna jump straight into the content after that.
Tell me what you want me to be. You say you wanna love me right here. Tell me, are you ready? Oh, I don't wanna play no games. I've been working hard all day. I just wanna kick back and play under the moonlight. Whoa, do you see what I see? Take me all the way, put it down on me. Take it all the way, put it down on me. Baby, do you feel me? Do you see what I see? Take me all the way, put it down on me. Take it all the way, put it down on me.
Alright, what is going on, guys? It's Richard here. Welcome to the video. If you're new to this channel, just want to say I'm super stoked to have you on. Just to give you a quick intro, I studied biology and entrepreneurship at UCLA, and I'm super passionate about serving you guys. I make videos with the sole purpose of giving you clear and actionable takeaways that can help you crush it in life. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to be explaining to you exactly how I personally prevent myself from burning out and how you can apply these as well. So make sure to stick to the end of the video because I truly am confident that these tips are going to give you a lot of value and serve you. Tip number 1 is sleep. You have to get your sleep right. Personally, for me, 7 hours is the absolute best optimal time for me, and I've noticed that if I get anything less than 7 hours for 2 days in a row, I begin to become extremely unproductive, demotivated, and overall I just stop wanting to put in the work. So for you, find out what that sweet spot of time is in which you need to get this certain amount of sleep, and then stick to that. Make sure you hit the number of sleep that is required of you every single day. We are not machines that can just constantly keep running and going hard and pushing and pushing. I know if you're probably watching this, you work super hard, you're always on go, go, go mode, and all of a sudden after a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks of doing that, you just crash and burn and you just don't want to do anything. It's happened to me so many times, and I just came to the realization that I can't work long term and prevent myself from burning out if I always do that. So a big part of my life is my faith. I practice Christianity, and within church we always talk about keeping the Sabbath. And what that means is pretty simple. It's just have one day of the week in which you rest. Typically that's a Sundays for most Christians. For me, Sundays are actually really busy because I play on the worship team, so I take my breaks on Saturday. I take half the day off. I make sure that I get a little bit of reading in. I might go to the park, go on a run. Like today, I went to the beach. It's really important that you take these breaks every single week to make sure that the next week going forward, you're nice and fresh and ready to take on. The third tip that I have for you is to have activities in your life that energize you. It turns out that taking breaks doesn't necessarily have to be something that's lazy or unproductive. I know a lot of people, when they think taking breaks, it might just be watching a movie or watching TV or staring at a phone and scrolling on Instagram. It doesn't necessarily have to be those things. It can totally be active rest. Personally, for me, I work out 3 times a week on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for 2-hour increments, and during those times, it significantly decreases my stress while bringing up my positivity, energy levels, focus, and mood. I always come out of the gym feeling super energized and ready to take on the day, so it's really, really important to have activities in your life that are gonna lift up your energy levels rather than bring them down. And the final tip that I have for you guys is to check your motivations. Are you actually doing what you're truly passionate about? Let me tell you a story. My first 2 years in college, I was a pre-medicine student, which means that I really wanted to go to medical school and one day become a doctor. I was getting involved in a lot of different things, one of them being performing research in a lab. And I would notice that I would get really tired even though I would work hard and be motivated, and that I would burn out a lot quicker than my classmates. I would look at my classmates and it seemed like they were really just pushing right along. And for the longest time, I just thought, I'm just not good at this stuff. What I realized is that it's not that I'm actually incompetent at performing research in a lab. It was just that I wasn't passionate about it. And because of that, it was completely draining me down. And so my sophomore year, when I founded my first startup company, I realized that I'm actually super passionate about building businesses. Whenever I would go to team meetings, have business calls, these things would really energize me, and I was really passionate about those. And I noticed that I wouldn't burn out as quickly when I would focus on building my own business. And so that was when I realized that it was actually what I was passionate about that prevented me from burning out. So I'd like to encourage you to pause and reflect. Is what you're currently studying, working on, a project or your job, whatever it may be, something that you're actually passionate about? Because it just might be that because it's not passion, it might be something that drains you. And the draining is what is causing you to burn out. So you might need to make some course corrections and figure out what exactly is the thing that you're the most passionate about. I promise you that burnout is going to significantly drop when you're focused on the things that you truly care about and enjoy. Remember, life is not a sprint. It's a marathon. In fact, a really, really long one. So it's really important to take breaks at times, slow down, and reflect to make sure that you don't burn out. If this video benefited you, then I know, and you know, that it could also serve more people. The way that we can impact more people out there is to simply share it. So drop that like down below, subscribe if you want to see more, because those actually really help the engagement on this video, and it tells YouTube that we should share this to more people. And the more people that see it, the more people we can help. Finally, let me know what you guys want to see down in the comments below, because I truly do make the content based off of how I can serve and help you guys. Until next time, stay sharp, stay focused, and go crush it.